So today I wanted to walk you through my new sample pack that I've created called PSYDNB. Now this is a fusion pack, and it's a combination between psytrance and drum and bass. I've been working on fusing these two styles of music together for a few years now, and as far as I've seen, I haven't seen any resources available for creating this style of music. The pack is available now on my website, and you can check it out in the description below. So for the purposes of this walkthrough, I thought I'd actually create a little beat as I show you the different folders that are in this pack, and then you can get an idea of what's included. So to start with, we have a kicks folder, and this contains a combination of psytrance kicks and drum and bass kicks. So I'll just make a quick pattern here. A common problem that I see psytrance producers have is that when they try and make drum and bass inspired tracks, the snares are psytrance snares. And if you really want a strong punch to your snares, you'll need to use snares that have emphasis in the low mids. Psytrance snares are designed to be played alongside a kick, so they have a nice body to it. But if you have a psytrance rhythm, the snare will be playing on its own, and this can result in a lack of punch in that low end. So I'm just making a quick pattern here. Now we have a Bass Multisamples folder, and that includes psytrance basses from my track Anematech and also my track Psychosis. What I mean by multi-samples is that rather than a single sample that's restricted by its pitch, we have a range of different pitches that I've resampled that enables you to choose a key of your choice, and also to have different pitches of the bass throughout the track if you want to use something like a chord progression, for example. This is more effective than simply transposing your basses, because if you transpose the bass, the transient of it will sound different, and also the punch of it may be a little different to what was actually intended. So I'm just making a quick psytrance rhythm here. Moving on, I'm going to add a bass shot. Now I'm just going to add a little bass hit at the start. I'll just get rid of the first psytrance bass, and I'll introduce some sidechain as well. I have a separate channel which I route audio to when I want to add sidechain to multiple sounds at once. So all this is a volume knob, and I've got volume automation controlling that knob. So every time the kick or the snare hit, this is ducking the sound of this group. So when I assign a sound to this group, as I've done here, it will duck the sound of the source. And I'll do that with the psytrance bass as well. Sweet. I would normally actually duck the volume of the sidechain a little bit before the bass, but I usually have this just to quickly put together a track, so it's not exactly perfect. And I'll add a little variation. Alright. So up next we have the top loops folder, which contains drum loops, not full drum loops, but rather hats and percussion loops that you can place on the top of your kicks and snares. So this is a good one. Have that there. Turn the volume down. Sweet, so that's kind of a rolling hat we have over that. And I've got this other loop, which is a couple of DNB snares that have been pitched up quite a bit, and that adds a nice kind of adds a little bit more complexity to the rhythm. There we go. I'll just add some sidechain to the hats as well. Nice. And for this fourth loop here, I'm going to actually add a little fill. So we've got a little fills folder here. I'll use this one. So I'll mute these guys. Nice. Nice. Let's double the loop. And I reckon we'll get the hats to come in the second time this plays. Next up we have atmospheres. So let's have a listen to this loop. So this mix is nice, but it's fairly mono. There's not much going on in the stereo field, and we don't have many sounds in the background. So the atmospheres folder is designed to add depth and harmonic content to your track as well. While these are very effective to use for breakdowns, I find that they're very useful also during the drops, and so I'll show you what I mean. So we're in D minor, so as you can see, these atmospheres are key labeled to say DM, which means D minor, or EM, which means E minor, etc. So I've got this sample here, and I'm just going to cut it, so I've got this part here. And I'm going to add a little fade like this, and turn the volume down quite a bit. So it adds harmonic content and also a sense of depth to the whole track. For variation, we can also choose a different part, like so. So the Psytrance FX folder contains a bunch of different delayed effects, which work very effectively not only during the drops, but also in breakdowns. So we'll add this. My thought process is I'm going to add this sound just before the drop and let that echo out over the top of it. So I'm just going to drag this drop here so we have a bit more space and move this here. Just turn the volume down a bit and we'll have a listen. Nice. The Breakbeat folder contains a bunch of Armin break-inspired drum loops. So we have 10 Serum presets with this pack in the folder, and all you really need to do is copy and paste these into your Serum presets folder, or you can also access them from the pack directly. So I'll just open up Serum here, and let's have a listen to some of them. So here's a quick pattern I've made with the first preset of the pack. As part of the preset itself, we also have a few macros, so we can control the cutoff frequency with macro 4, for example. Just to demonstrate a couple of other Serum presets, we have a very nice subby Psytrance bass, which has taken me a while to process, and this is excellent for if you just want a fat kick and bass. We also have Psychedelic FX. We have a mono-compatible stereo bass. And we've got a techno-inspired stab. More bass shot sounds that you can customize with the LFO. And many more other sounds as well. The pack is available now on my website, so you'll be able to see it in the description. Thanks for watching and hope you have a good day.